Hello, in this video I'm going to show you a system with which it's absolutely impossible not to make money. That's right, you are guaranteed to make money 100%. Most of the time when you hear a guarantee such as this, it normally comes with an impossible condition whereby you have to follow a rigid obstacle course. And if you don't make it to the end of that course, the guarantee is invalidated. This is not like that. With this system, you purchase something which can be as low as, say, $20, and that will return you roughly double that amount. So, to use the system, you need a little bit of money to start, but you are guaranteed to make money. It's impossible to not make money. I use the word impossible because I know that it carries a lot of weight, and I can only use it in certain situations where I am absolutely certain that it applies. This is why I can tell you that if you do what I am about to tell you, you will make money. The system is fairly complex, but I'm going to simplify it as much as possible. It's extremely powerful and works for anyone in any country. You see, I'm a fairly level-headed, down-to-earth person, and so I know what really works and what could be classified as a pie-in-the-sky dream, if you will. Okay, so let me explain how this system works. I'm sure you're already familiar with Google. Now, this system has nothing to do with Google, but do you know how they make money? They make money by selling advertising space. Google takes money from people who want to advertise, and then they place their ads on other people's sites who are happy to take Google's money in return for allowing them to place banners on their sites. These people who allow Google to place ads on their own sites are called publishers. So let's say Fred pays Google to advertise for him. Fred pays $1,000 for the advertising, and so he is known as the advertiser. Google takes this $1,000 and then places Fred's banners on, say, Jane's site. Jane, in this case, would be the publisher. Google pays Jane $700 to place Fred's banners on her site. In this case, Fred's happy because he's getting advertising for $1,000. Jane's happy because she's receiving $700 just to allow Google to place ads on her site. And Google's happy because they just made the difference between $1,000 from Fred and $700 they paid to Jane, which is $300. They just pocketed the difference. You see how Google has acted as a broker or as a middleman between Fred and Jane? This is how Google makes its money. In fact, the advertising industry is so big, Google made $2.7 billion in profits last year. Now I want to introduce you to another company that does exactly the same thing but puts a twist on the system, which allows you and I to make lots of money from this advertising system. This company is called BannersBroker. They buy and sell banners, which, as you know, are ads. This company is also very big. They have served over 6 billion ads, and they currently pay $1 million in commissions daily to all its agents, meaning you and I. If they're paying $1 million a day, don't you think you can get a slice of this pie? Even if you don't, I'll show you how you can. BannersBroker also takes money from advertisers, and they also place these ads on other people's websites who are the publishers. In fact, they have an agreement with publishers whereby they can place any ad they like on their site. In other words, BannersBroker owns the ad space on those sites. These ad spaces or ad spots are called panels. But the difference between Google and BannersBroker is BannersBroker shares its revenue with its agents, meaning you and I. How do they do this? Those panels that BannersBroker owns, it rents those ad spaces out to its agents, again, you and I. This means that you now have control over that ad space, and whenever someone advertises in those spaces, you will get a portion of that advertising revenue coming to you along with the publisher. So because you are the person renting those panels or ad spaces, whenever advertisers pay BannersBroker to place ads somewhere, they will place those banners on your panel. Since they're using your panel, they will give you a cut of the money received. Isn't that great? All you did was rent out the ad space. You didn't do anything else. You didn't lift a finger. Just for being an agent, you got to share in the revenue received from the advertisers.